Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back. And this is part 3 of my tutorial where I go from start to finish creating a shirt for Merch by Amazon. And if you haven't seen the first two videos, the first one I research some ideas, I come up with the niche that I want to be in, and I come up with the basic idea. Then in video 2, I use Adobe Illustrator to actually create a text-based design, and that's what you're seeing on the screen right now. And this is the third video where I'm actually going to upload it. I'm going to upload the design, create the business name, the title, and the bullet points with some keywords. So let's go ahead and get going. This is the first step. I already selected the file and uploaded it onto the shirt right here. And then I'm going to click Save Selection and Continue. Now, I have not yet created any designs that are printed on the back of the shirt yet. It doesn't mean I won't in the future, but all of mine so far have been the front of the t-shirt. And in some different Facebook groups, I've seen some negative feedback from other sellers where Amazon will mess up on the designs printed on the back of the shirt, and the customer will get a blank design with nothing, or a blank shirt with no design on it because it's not printing on the back of the shirt. So I don't know what the issue is there. I haven't experienced it personally, but that's just something to be aware of, that it has happened to people that have selected the printing on the back of the shirt. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next step. And the first thing you got to do is select your colors, your pricing, and if you want it for men, women, and youth. Now, driving bus, I don't think any kids are going to be doing this, so I'm just going to leave it as men and women. And as far as my pricing, what I do is going into bus driver shirts. That's what that's one of the titles, or one of the phrases that I searched when I was doing my research. And so just going back into this to see what other people have been pricing at, and this is for just straight bus driver shirts. And so, $17.99, $14.99, $16.99, $14, $11. Now $11.54, that's, my guess is just somebody trying to tier up or get a lot of sales. They're not really making much right there. Ranked 142,000, that's great, but they're also not making any money. So depending on if their goal is to actually make money or to get the sales so they can tier up, that could be a reason to price low like that. If you're trying to make money, pricing at $11.54, pricing it that low, even if you sold a large volume, I don't think that would make up for pricing it that low. So let's see, $18.99, $16.99, $16.99. So anywhere in the $16.99 to $18.99 looks like the going rate here. Now most of these have some type of vector graphics on them. Yeah, $17.99, $16.99, $19.99. Mine is just text-based. I'm not going to go with $19.99, but $16.99 or $17.99 seems like it would be a good price point. Now, if there was not a lot of shirts out there for bus drivers, I could price mine at $19.99 and I'd be fine, I think, but there's a lot of competition in this field, and so I want to at least price competitively. So I'm going to go ahead and go with 17. I'm going to go with $16.99 to start with, and then if I get a few sales, I'll boost it up. If I get no sales, it won't matter if I'm at $16.99 or $17.99. So I'm going to go ahead and start at $16.99 just to see if I can get some sales. I typically will not price anything lower than $16.99 just because at $16.99 I'm still making $4.64. My preference would be to be making at least $5. $19.99 when I have designs that are worthwhile or there's not a lot of competition. That's awesome. $7 royalty each time. But I don't want to be pricing my shirts at, $13.99. Now, there is a reason if you're trying to tier up or you want the larger, the larger amount of sales, but you're only making $2 a shirt. Whereas at least with $16.99, I'm making $4.50. So now it comes to picking the color. And I always take my time on picking the color because once you select your color and submit your design, there's no way to change the colors without resubmitting the shirt. And there's a lot more colors now that they added in the other extra colors. They added in pink, they added in purple, and they added these heather colors, the heather gray, heather, dark heather, heather gray, heather blue. And so there's some more choices here. And on these, the blood really doesn't show up on the black and the very dark shirts. So I was hoping that would show up a little bit better, and it might. on the actual shirt, but it actually looks better on the slightly lighter colored shirts. And that kind of surprises me. So I'm going to go with the gray. I've actually sold, or the slate. I've sold several of those. And you know what? It does show up, but not initially. I'm thinking if they bring up the larger view, it will show up. But even in the smaller view like this, when they're going to be looking at it in the search results, it still doesn't look too bad. So I'm going to go ahead and select the darker colors here as well, the black. And so I have slate, I have black, and honestly, I don't know what colors are going to go sell good for this shirt. Um, the green and the red kind of clashes. These lighter colored shirts, I usually have not had a lot of luck with those. Orange doesn't stand out. Pink, white writing on pink shirts typically does not look too great. I like doing pink shirts, but you have to have the right color writing for the pink shirts. And orange would be a good fall Halloween color, but again, the blood red does not fit it. I'm going to go ahead and go with purple on that one, blue because it stands out. Now, I don't know if my color choice is the best right here. Having that red font, it kind of makes it more difficult. If it was straight white, I could do some of the darker colors. You know, I can do a blue and a red, but having the red font limits me to what I can actually choose on this one. So I'm not too happy with my color choices, but the other zombie shirts that are not the red, I think they'll actually have a better color choice in the shirts themselves. Now, brand name, I always pick something that is related to the topic, and it can be random keywords thrown together. It's a brand name, so it can really be anything that I choose. Amazon's not going to look at it and be like, you know, this isn't a proper sentence. As long as the words are spelled correctly, you know, it doesn't matter. And I do try and relate it to the actual shirt. I don't want all my shirts under one brand name because it'd be too easy for one of the copycat people to come in, click on my brand name, and just copy every single shirt that's sold. So I don't know how many different brand names. I can't even keep track of all my different brand names because they're unique to the shirt or to the category. So on this one, I'm going to call it driving, that should be capitalized, driving bus, driving zombie school bus company. So it's kind of dumb. It has driving, it has school bus, it has zombie in there. It's kind of a dumb company name, but I don't care. It's got keywords and it works for the shirt. Now for the title, I put what the shirt says. I drive bus, and slay zombies. And then I always put shirt or t-shirt afterwards. And again, always check your spelling on shirt. I've heard too many people, and I've seen this in different Facebook groups, and I've seen the same thing over and over. People miss the H in shirt, and it gets rejected as violating terms of service. So always check the word shirt when you're uploading it for obvious reasons. So there's my title, I Drive Bus and Slay Zombies t-shirt. Now keywords, going back to the merch research and pulling up other shirts that have sold, it's not a bad idea to take one. There's that one that sold that was ranked 100,000 right here, and clicking on it and seeing what keywords they use. It can give you an idea of what would be good keywords. And this one has basically none. I mean, it has school bus driver gifts. That's it. And then the title. So this one is doing really good with very little keywords in there. So I will click on a different one. This one's ranked 360,000, so I'll check out this one. And they have school bus driver t-shirts, school bus driver shirts, men's school bus driver. So basically just school bus driver and bus driver. Pretty basic keywords, nothing that I wouldn't have put in here anyway. And so my keywords, I write it in a sentence. I just like how it looks. So I would say Christmas, let's see. Great shirt for your favorite school bus driver. And I'm putting, so I have school bus driver in there, but it's not just for school buses. It could be anybody that drives a bus. So great shirt for your favorite school bus driver. transportation driver, or I can't think of anything else right now. So I'm just going to leave it as that. School bus driver or transportation driver. There are transportation workers that, you know what, maybe that'll hit on something, I don't know. Funny Halloween shirt. Funny zombie, let's see, funny Halloween zombie shirt for the school bus driver, for your favorite and best school bus driver. Now, I already have it in here, so I'm going to take it out. Great shirt for your school bus driver or transportation worker. Funny Halloween zombie shirt for your favorite and best school bus driver. It's kind of dumb, but it has best school bus driver as your favorite school bus driver. Gift. Did I have gift in there? Great. Gift shirt. There. So I have some keywords in there related to, you know, being a present for your school bus driver. I mean, it has bus driver as well in the sentence school bus driver, so that might help. And I have, now I haven't heard if you need t-shirt and shirt both in your listings. I know you don't need plural, so if you have like, I can't think of an example right now. If you have car, you don't need cars. It, you know, automatically searches for the plural version of it. But as far as t-shirt and shirt, I don't know if that's considered two separate words, so I always try and incorporate both of those in there. But that's all I'm going to do. I kind of got an idea from these. It's a pretty straightforward design, so there's not a lot of options on this one. But on some of these, on some shirts, there's a lot of keywords that can go off of this one. And I could do some more for zombies. I can get undead in there. I could do something about a cemetery, or, you know, right? I don't want to do anything too close to copyrighted stuff or trademark stuff or copyrighted material. So I don't want to do anything about like, let's say like Walking Dead. It would sell better, but it could get me, you know, it could be flagged or something. I don't want to do anything that is part of a movie title. And so that's why I'm trying to stay away from the undead stuff or Rising Dead, something that's too close to movie titles. So I'm going to leave this one as is for now. It's not the greatest design or the greatest keywords. And like I said, keywords is not my specialty, but it's basic, and I'm still selling shirts. So what I'm doing is working, even though it's basic. Product description, it's optional. A lot of times, if I'm going to put something in here, it'll be something about the shirt may shrink. That's a negative feedback that I've seen several times. I've gotten it on my shirts and gotten a 1-star review based on the shirt shrinking. And so if I'm going to put something about, you know, saying you might want to order a larger size than normal, that I'll put in the product description. From what I've heard, the product description is not searchable. So if you put keywords down here, it's not going to help your shirt rank when it comes to searching on Amazon. So then I click Save Selection and Continue. And always, always, always proofread your description. There's times when I look at this and I left out a word of a sentence, or I misspelled something, or the sentence doesn't make sense. And if I'm doing multiple designs at a time, it's easy to accidentally copy the wrong sentence to the wrong shirt. And so just always, always, always double check. So I have the company name, looks fine. I drive bus and slay zombies. Nothing wrong with that. Great gift shirt for your school bus driver or transportation driver. Funny Halloween zombie shirt for your favorite and best school bus driver. I'm fine with that. It's pretty basic. And then you can put it in draft. I usually don't do sample. Now the great thing about sample mode here is if you're running low on time, let's say you're trying to max out your daily uploads and it's 11:45 at night and you're trying to get them all in by midnight and you're running out of time, you can put your shirts in sample mode. And what you do is you upload the shirt like normal, you put your company name, you put your titles. Don't worry about keywords, don't worry about the bullet points. You don't have to have anything in there. Or if you want something in there, you can just type like great shirt so there's something in there. And then put it in sample mode. And it will go through the normal review process, and as long as there's nothing in the title that's going to reject the shirt, it will become a sample that's live. Now, it's not searchable on Amazon yet, but that's okay because it still counts as your upload for that day. And then when you're ready, when you have time, you can go back to the sample. You can edit it. You can add in your bullet points. You can create the proper listing, and then you can make it go live. And the great thing about doing that is it doesn't count as an upload when you make it go live. It only counts as an upload when you put it in sample mode. So let's say you were running short on time and you put 10 shirts in sample mode and you're only allowed 10 uploads per day. The following day you can do 10 new uploads, and then you could make your sample designs live, and so you're actually getting 20 shirts now instead of 10 because you've already uploaded those the previous day. So you can do that. The only downside to that is you have to actually go back and do it because your 90-day countdown to see if they're going to remove it for no sales, it starts when you put it in sample mode, not when it goes live. So if you do this and you put shirts in sample mode, and then let's say you don't get back to it for a month, you just lost 30 days, and now they're going to be removed in 60 days from the time you make it go live. So just be aware of that. But anyway, that's basically how I do my shirts. You've seen how I do my business name, my title. I just use whatever's on the shirt. If it's just a graphic, then I try and pick out the keywords of the graphic and put that in the title. And then that's how I do the bullet points. I try and write it in sentences. I know some people just put, the keywords in there. I like writing it out in sentences. I think it looks a little better. And description is optional. And like I said, I put something in there about ordering a larger size, if it's appropriate. And that's how I do my uploads. Anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.